Back again, good people, with another coof update. You know the coof. Oh, hold on. Remove the mask. Here we go. We have another coof. The science juice update, and we have a brand new news conference. Our illustrious leader, the overlord and overseer of the plantation, the one and only Doug Ford. Let's go.
This morning, Ontario launched its own vaccine certificate. As of today, Ontarians will need to provide proof of vaccination before entering certain high-risk indoor settings.
Hood, did someone touch you as a kid? That is wrong, but it's not your fault. I care about you.
Including restaurants, bars, casinos, theaters, and gyms.
But still the driver remained silent, for had our boys only known it wasn't a real driver at all, but only a dummy fastened to the wheel.
These settings were chosen based on the advice of the Chief Medical Officer of Health.
Basically, what he's talking about, it is based on science. You see, you've got to follow the science wherever it leads. Science, 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 science.
Science, 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 and science. Science, 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 and science. Science, 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 and science. Science, 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 and science. Science, 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 and science. Science, science, science,
and science. The policy does not apply to outdoor spaces where the risk of transmission is much lower.
Let me translate that for you. It doesn't include outdoor spaces yet. It most probably will, but it doesn't include it yet. You see, they don't want to throw too much at you, right? They have to throw you a bone. Like, it's not yet, but he didn't want to say yet. So what they're going to do, they're going to just measure it out piece at a time. How much can we get away with is the question. Once we get away with this, then we'll go here. And once you get away with that, then we can go further. So we're going to go as far as we can now. And if, okay, the public's accepting it, no one's looking, let's go further. And let's just say, well, you see, got to follow the science. It's the science, 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 science,
science, science, science, and science. Science, 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 and science. Science, science, and science. Science, 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 and science.
I know that many people are concerned about the certificate and what it means for your civil liberties. I know that this is a divisive issue, and that's understandable. I want you to know that I hear you. Our government understands your concerns. And it's no secret that I was reluctant to use this tool.
Say that one more time.
That I was reluctant to use this tool.
Silence, you fool!
Okay, now let's get serious. Okay. I already did a video last year saying that this certificate, you see, they don't want to use the word passport. That sounds a little draconian. So they changed the word to certificate because it doesn't sound as bad. This certificate, once it comes in, it's not going away. It is here to stay. Oh, Ed, you don't know what you're talking about. Okay, we'll see. This alleged certificate, aka passport, will start that way, just like every other program starts that way, and from there it will be expanded. But for now, they just want you to kind of get used to it. Passes. We don't have no passes. I don't have no passes. I don't have to show you any stinking passes. so they can come back and say, oh, the numbers, we gotta expand this a little bit more because the numbers. And it'll be expanded and expanded, and people are used to it already, so they're trying to keep any outcry about it down to a minimum. That's why they say, yeah, it'll just be here for a short time. It's a certificate. No, it's not a passport. No, it's a certificate. Yes, as if people don't know the difference. Well, actually, there's a ton of people who don't.
That I was reluctant to use this tool, but our highest concern, what keeps me up at night, is ensuring we never lose our hard-fought progress.
How dare you?
We can't afford to shut down again.
Say that one more time.
We can't afford to shut down again.
We cannot afford to shut down again. Let me tell you what's going to happen here. This is just you will not be able to go to the dentist unless you have the mark or the pass or certificate or whatever you want to call it. You won't be able to go to the doctor's office. The science juice. You won't be able to go to the hospital. You won't be able to travel 40, 30, 20 kilometers away from your home because you are a danger to people who already have the jab, which makes no sense to me. If you have the jab, you're supposed to be safe. It's the person that's supposed to have the problem. But no, they've twisted that around. So this is just the beginning where they are going to tighten the screws more and more and more. Yeah, it's just no, it's not. No, it's not. It will be expanded. It is not going anywhere. It is going to expand and expand and expand to the point where you want to go anywhere. You have to have this on your phone or an app or a paper. The paper thing is going to go by the wayside. They don't want you using paper. One day it'll be in your hand or you pass some kind of a scanner. Oh yeah. And yes, there will be another jab in the arm coming to a place near you.
We can't afford to shut down again or experience a sudden surge in cases.
Don't look at me.
Like we're seeing in other provinces across the country.
And I will not be harassed.
This is a temporary and exceptional measure.
Don't talk to me.
Say that one more time.
This is a temporary and exceptional measure.
Lies.
Oh yeah, this is a temporary measure. Okay. All right. I like this. Let's look at the time. I don't have a watch. Let's look at the time. It is September 2020. Mark that date down. September 2020. Mark that same down. September 2022. September 2023. I'll bet anyone, 2, 3, $400 at this certificate, passport, whatever you want to call it, because it will morph, will still be found. Mark my words.
This is a temporary and exceptional measure, and we will only use these certificates for as long as they are needed and not one day longer.
Lies.
Now, at least he is telling the truth here. See, he's only going to use them for as long as needed, not one day longer. Only problem is they are going to be needed all the time from now on.
So today, in the weeks ahead, it's important that each of us remain patient, especially with business owners and frontline workers implementing the vaccine certificate. They've gone through so much during this pandemic and deserve our support. As we begin this vaccine certificate, there'll be a period of learning. I want to be clear.
Say that one more time.
I want to be clear.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to be clear. Enforcement will lead with education. I just want to be clear. And it will not put any pressure on business owner. For now. But who knows? I could be wrong. I don't know.
Enforcement will lead with education and will be reasonable to business owners.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the new hyperstate with the overlord and the overseer, King Nero, Doug Ford's Ontario. Welcome to the new world. That's it. I am out.